Imagine owning a share of $1 million Dolce Gabbana digital suit, because that's exactly what's unfolding on the blockchain right now. I found this story about an NFT from their 2021 collection being divided into smaller pieces, and it's more than a cool gimmick. It's a live example of fractionalization shaking up crypto. I couldn't let it pass without digging in, and I think you'll see why. My name is Danilo, and in this video, we're unpacking it all. The full story of this suit, how fractionalization pulls it off, what it's achieving in this case, where it could take crypto next, and the risks we need to keep an eye on. It's a deep dive into $1 million asset being redefined, plus what it signals for the space. Whether you're just starting out or already in the game, there's something here for you. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to catch every crypto update. I've got more like this coming. And if you're into seeing where this industry might head, you're not going to want to miss this. Now, let's get into it. Alright, let's jump into the story that started it all. It's a significant story and it's straight from the article I mentioned. Back in 2021, Dolce Gabbana, the luxury fashion house, stepped into the crypto world with their Collezione NFT collection. It was their first big NFT drop, blending high-end design with blockchain tech. But, the star of the show? Something called the glass suit. This isn't just a digital doodle. It's a real, physical suit handcrafted over 8 months by their artisans in Milan, where it's still stored today. But, here's the kicker. It comes paired with a digital version, tokenized as an NFT on Ethereum, tying that tangible luxury to the blockchain. When it hit the auction block, it sold for a jaw-dropping $1 million. The buyer? Justin Bannon, the founder of Boson Protocol, a platform focused on bridging physical goods and digital ownership. Bannon's Boson roots hint he's been planning this fractional play from the start. Fast forward all the way until now, and Bannon's at it again with a new venture called Fermion Protocol. They've taken that $1 million glass suit NFT and decided to fractionalize it, meaning they're splitting it into smaller ownership shares. This is happening on Base, which is Ethereum's layer 2 network designed to make transactions faster and cheaper than the main chain. So, instead of one person holding this exclusive asset, Fermion's breaking it down so more people can claim a piece. But they're not stopping there. They're also running an airdrop. Fermion's mainnet just launched this week, mid-February 2025, making this suit their first fractionalized asset, hot off the press as we speak. They're giving away some of these fractions to Web3 fashion enthusiasts, targeting people already plugged into the crypto and style scene. Their airdrop leans on tech. They're using what they call a, quote, decentralized AI commerce agent to manage it. It's just a fancy way of saying they've got AI handling the distribution, making it efficient and, honestly, a little futuristic. The physical suit stays locked up in Milan under Dolce & Gabbana's watch, but the digital NFT? That's where the action is. Fermion's turning this $1 million token into a shared asset, and the article frames it as a bold experiment, one that's testing how blockchain can redefine luxury ownership. Bannon's background with Boson, a protocol all about linking real-world items to NFTs, makes this feel like a natural evolution. Now that we've got the glass suit story laid out, let's talk about how this fractionalization thing actually works, because it's the engine behind what Fermion is doing. At its core, fractionalization is about taking a single high-value asset like that $1 million NFT and breaking it into smaller ownership pieces. Think of it as slicing up a big pie. Instead of one person getting the whole thing, you create shares that others can buy into. In crypto, this happens on the blockchain, and that's what powers it. The Glasssuit NFT, for instance, isn't just a digital file sitting in someone's wallet anymore. Fermion's team has tokenized it into multiple parts. Think of them as digital certificates proving you own a fraction of the original. Here's how it goes down. They use smart contracts, which are like self-executing agreements coded onto the blockchain. These contracts split the NFT's ownership rights into, say, hundreds or thousands of pieces, each one a unique token tied back to the glass suit. Those tokens live on Base, that layer 2 network I mentioned, which keeps costs low and speeds fast. Ethereum's main chain can get pricey and sluggish, so this is a smart move. When someone buys a fraction, the blockchain records it instantly. No middleman, no paperwork, just a transparent ledger showing who owns what. That's the accessibility part. You don't need $1 million. Maybe just a few dollars gets you in. The airdrop they're doing? That's just a distribution trick. Those smart contracts send fractions to selected wallets automatically, no manual handoffs. The AI commerce agent they're using likely crunches data to pick recipients, like who's active in Web3 fashion, making it precise and scalable. It's all about leveraging blockchain's strengths: security, efficiency, and trust. The physical suit stays in Milan untouched, but the digital version, it's now a shared asset, owned by a crowd instead of one person. So, we've covered the story and how fractionalization works. Now let's zoom in on what this glass suit experiment is actually pulling off. This split delivers an impact, and it shifts the game. First off, it's breaking down barriers. $1 million asset like this was out of reach for most people. Unless you're sitting on serious cash, you're not actually bidding on a Dolce Gabbana NFT at auction. But by fractionalizing it, Fermion's letting regular folks, maybe even you or me, own a piece of that luxury. It's not about the full million. It's about a small stake, making something exclusive feel approachable. That's a shift in who gets to play in this game. Then, there's the liquidity angle. Before, if Justin Bannon wanted to sell his NFT, he'd need to find one buyer with $1 million to spare. Not an easy task. Now, with fractions traded on base, it's a different story. Those smaller pieces can move faster. Someone might buy or sell a share for a few bucks in minutes. It turns a static, high-value token into something more fluid, like stocks on an exchange. That's a big deal for an asset that could have just sat collecting digital dust. And don't sleep on the airdrop, it's more than a giveaway. By handing out fractions to Web3 fashion fans, Fermion's building a community around this suit. It's not just ownership, it's engagement. People who'd never touch $1 million NFT are now part of the story, talking about it, trading it, maybe even showing it off in digital spaces. That buzz amplifies the suit's value beyond its price tag. It's a social experiment as much as a financial one. For this specific case, fractionalization is doing three things: opening access, boosting tradability, and sparking a crowd. Alright, the glass suit's showing us what fractionalization can do in one case, but let's step back and look at where this could take crypto as a whole. Fermion's work is a blueprint that could stretch way beyond a fancy digital suit. Take art for starters. High-value NFTs, like a Beeple piece that goes for millions, could get split the same way. Instead of one collector owning it, dozens or hundreds could hold a fraction, trading it on platforms like Base or even bigger networks. That's not just about access, it's about turning static digital art into a living market, where pieces move more like shares than mere trophies. Then, there's real estate. Imagine a tokenized penthouse in New York or Dubai, let's say. Fractionalization could let you buy a small stake in that property, earning a cut of rental income or flipping your share when prices climb. It's already starting actually. Platforms like Realty are tokenizing homes, but scaling that to luxury assets could be next. The glass suit's a hint of what's possible. If $1 million fashion item can go fractional, why not a $1 million condo? It's a way to pull everyday investors into markets that were locked behind big money. This could also shake up how crypto grows. By making high-end assets shareable, you're not just selling tokens, you're onboarding people who'd never jump in otherwise. That airdrop Fermion is doing? Picture it for a tokenized startup or a rare collectible. Suddenly, you've got a crowd holding stakes, spreading the word, driving adoption. It's a flywheel. More owners, more buzz. More liquidity, more interest. Markets could get fluid fast. Think of NFT trading floors buzzing like stock exchanges, only decentralized and global. The suit is a test run, but the reach could reshape markets. It's not hard to see fractionalization hitting gaming, splitting rare skins or virtual land, or even music, with royalties divvied up via tokens. The blockchain is built for this, in fact. Secure, scalable, and no gatekeepers. Fermion's move on Base shows it's workable now. Low fees, quick trades, AI smoothing the edges. They're planning to go cross-chain after Base, which could be bigger networks soon, scaling this idea beyond one suit or one blockchain. If this catches on, we could see crypto's economy where value is not hoarded by a few, but spread across many. That's the potential here. It's not just about one suit anymore. It's about rewriting how assets live in this space. Now, fractionalization sounds promising, especially with something like the glass suit lighting the way. But it's got hurdles. There are risks we need to keep on our radar, and they could make or break this trend. First up, regulation. Right now, governments haven't simply figured out how to handle fractionalized assets. Is each piece that suit NFT a security, a collectible, something else entirely? The SEC or IRS could step in with rules that tax it heavily or restrict trading, or even worse, ban it outright in some places. Crypto is already a gray area. Splitting assets like this just muddies it more. Fermion's experiment might dodge trouble on base today, but tomorrow's another story. Then there's value stability. The glass suit's $1 million asset because of hype and rarity, but what happens when you flood the market with fractions? If demand drops, say fashion NFTs fall out of favor, those shares could tank. It's not like a stock with earnings behind it. A lot of this rides on sentiment. If the buzz fades, you're left holding a piece of something no one wants. Even that airdrop could backfire. Too many freebies might dilute the suit's exclusivity, dragging its worth down. And don't forget control risks. Fractionalization spreads ownership, but what if a whale swoops in and buys up most of the shares? They could dominate decisions, like reselling the whole NFT or just hoard it, undoing the quote, everyone gets a piece idea. The blockchain's transparent, sure, but it doesn't stop power plays. Fermion's test case looks smooth now, but scale this up and you've got new headaches, legal fights, market crashes, or just plain scams dressed up as legit projects. These are real threats. The suit is a pioneer, but these risks could trip up what comes next, whether it's art, real estate, or beyond. So, there you have it. The glass suit story shows a shift from $1 million NFT to a fractionalized experiment on base. We've walked through how Fermion is splitting it up, what it's achieving, access, liquidity, buzz, and where it could take crypto from art to real estate. But we've also seen the flip side: regulatory uncertainty, value swings, and control risks. This isn't just about one suit. It's a window into a trend that could redefine ownership in this space, or stumble if these challenges hit hard. Crypto is testing new ground here, but it's not a sure bet. You've got to weigh the potential against what could go wrong. What do you think? Does fractionalization feel like the future or a risky detour? Drop your take in the comments. I'd love to hear it. If this breakdown gave you something to think about, hit that like button. It really helps. And make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I've got more crypto deep dives coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.